Just what it is.
All the incumbents are running.
Good afternoon. My name is Steve Havey. I'm the chair of the Personnel Committee, and I'd like to welcome you to the Personnel Committee for March 3rd, 2021. First off, we'll have the roll call, please.
Mr. Havey,
Here.
Mr. Harris,
Here.
Mrs. Burdick,
Here.
Mr. Graves,
Here.
Mr. Ricky,
Here.
Mrs. Root, Mr. Stockin,
Here.
Mr. Crandall.
Here.
8 members present.
Thank you. First on the agenda, we have Heather Beddoe, the Workmen's Compensation Executive Secretary, please. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I don't know if everyone has had a chance to read the little blurb that we put with the agenda regarding the Medicare reporting. Has everyone had a chance to look at that? Understand what we have going on?
I know we could all benefit from an explanation. So.
Well, so the Medicare reporting is something that was enacted back in 2007, and it involves medical payments of liability claims, workers' compensation claims, health insurance, any type of insurance. And in the past, our previous third-party administrator, UMR, took care of reporting our liability claims. They are no longer our third-party administrator, and Triad, our new third-party administrator, will only report on our workers' comp claims. So this reporting basically tells Medicare if there's a primary payer. They don't want to pay these bills if someone else is responsible. So we're letting them know that we're responsible in some way, shape, or form. So I would like to take on the responsibility of reporting our liability claims. And in doing that, we just need to change the setup of our ID. It currently was set up with UMR. We just need to make some changes so that Brenda would be the authorized representative, and then I would be the account manager to be able to file these things with Medicare. So it's something that we've always done. We're just changing the way that we're reporting, or
And this
who's
is-
responsible for reporting.
This is your recommended course of action?
Oh, absolutely. Otherwise, we would have to pay for someone's services to do it.
I'll move it.
All right, Mr. Graves, who was the second? Mr. Stockin, thank you. Discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that is carried. Thank you. Thank you, Heather.
Thank you, guys.
Up next, we have some cyber training and then cyber security insurance. And to help us walk through that is our cybersecurity expert. Keith, want to help us out with this? It's the same as reporting health insurance that needs explanation.
All right, so the cybersecurity, we had it last year. The price has gone up and the coverage went down with our current carrier. So our rep went out and contracted with NYMIR, or is looking at NYMIR, I should say. Got us a similar coverage with a little bit less upfront. But then we have to go back and get what he calls tail coverage. So basically, if we're infected now, we're still covered under this new policy. It's still cheaper to go that way than it is to renew with the old company or any other company that he's checked with.
Okay. Explain one more time what tail coverage is.
So the way viruses work, you can have a virus right now sitting on any of the computers and it may not activate until, a month from now, until it starts gathering all that information. The tail coverage would cover that. So if it was on our system back in October of last year, it covers it. Even though we didn't sign on with them until March 1st or whenever.
I understand. And this is your recommended course of action?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll move it, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Harris moves it.
I'll second.
Second, Mrs. Root. Questions? Hearing none, we'll ask the question. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, very good. That covers that. Did you want to cover anything about insurance training? Cybersecurity training? It's on the agenda. I didn't know if you had something prepared for that. Surprise.
Sure. So we have training already implemented at the county, which is one of the questions that I did answer yes to, that we do have it and that our users are doing it. We need to make sure the users are doing it in order to make this a valid quote and things don't come back looking at us the wrong way.
Very good.
I think what you're looking for here is a referral to the county administrator's office to draft a policy regarding this training and then to bring it back to committee.
I'll move it, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Harris, thank you. Second?
Second.
Mr. Stockin. Discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that is carried. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Old business. New business. Good of the order. Mr. Graves has a point. We probably should. Mr. Graves moves it. Second?
I'll second that.
Mrs. Root. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you all. We are adjourned.